What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cocktails in the War Room. It is 8:30. I'm Mistress Carrie. Welcome to the War Room. This is where we meet every night at 8:30, as we have for the last 78 nights. We're a gang of misfit toys that has a clubhouse known as my War Room. And here we all are. Welcome back. It's nice to see everybody. Today's been a crazy day. We have a lot to talk about. What's up, Scott? Hey, Becky. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Stephanie. What's up, Carl? Hey, Billy. A lot of people got their t-shirts today. I got a ton of tweets and some awesome pictures today. You guys look awesome. The t-shirts look so good on you guys. Keep the pictures coming. I absolutely love it. What's up, Lisa? Hey, Amy. Hey, Jeannie. What is 78? Oh, 78 days. Unreal. I know, Jeannie. It's crazy, right? 78 nights. Insane. Thank you, Carl. Chicken foot shirt. You got it. Good eyes. I got this shirt at the Middle East when the band played there and they co-hosted my show. I did a live broadcast from the Middle East and the guys all sat in and so I got this shirt from here. Scott, glad you got your shirts. You're welcome for the extra goodies. I'm glad you guys liked all the little surprises that I put in there. What's up, Collins? Sharon, glad you got your shirt. That is fantastic. Donna says, hey, Mistress Carrie, Wednesday and the War Room family wearing my shirt. Happy 78th. Hell yeah. What's up, Jen? Hey, Scott. What's up, Paul? Hey, Kim. Kim says, I'm watching Filthy Rich, which is that Epstein docuseries that is on Netflix. It's just so troublesome. We were talking about it last night. Paula says, got her shirt today. That is fantastic. Hope your day's been great, says Randy. Today was just really weird. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Mark wants to know how Sammy Hagar was when I broadcasted live with Chickenfoot. I've had the chance to talk to him many times. He is one of those guys. It's like we should all aspire to kind of live like Sammy. He is so happy all the time. He's so nice to everyone he meets. He's so gracious and grateful and just really wants to like wring every drop of life that he can out of the life that he's living, because he is just one of those guys. It's intoxicating, his energy, to be around him. Just a super cool guy. Let's see. My cooler is now rocking an AAF sticker from my t-shirt pack. That is fantastic. Chris, number 7. And not even one episode yet, you friggin' rock. So check this out today, guys. I got a lot of great stuff to talk to you guys about. I'm starting to get a lot of people emailing me and tweeting at me that work in podcasting and, like podcast marketing and podcast advertising and all of this kind of stuff. And somebody emailed me today and said, hey, I just wanted to reach out, blah, blah, blah. I work for this company. I want to help you with your podcast. Congratulations on being number 7 on the Apple Music podcast chart today. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, number 7? So I looked up music podcasts on Apple Podcasts and I was number 7. Now, I guess the charts change like every second. So I guess I peaked at number 7 today and now I was like down to number 11 or something. But number 7, it's insane. So thank you guys to everybody that has already subscribed. I'm working really hard on lining up the guests for episode number 1, but you guys are going to have to be patient with me. I announced the podcast when I did because I wanted to make sure that we were going to be able to talk about it, and I wanted to get you guys' reaction on it in the War Room. But the first episode might be another week or so. So just be patient, but it's coming, I promise. And then once they start, it'll be every week, same time, same bat time, same bat channel kind of deal. But I just really want to make sure that the first episode, I want to make sure they're all good, but there's there's the added pressure of making sure that the first couple episodes, because that's what you're really going to get judged on. And I just want to make sure that they're really good. So I want to thank everybody that's already subscribed to the podcast, and anybody that hasn't, subscribe however it is that you think you're going to listen to the podcast. So if it's through Apple or Google Play, or if it's going to be through Stitcher, radio.com, my former company at Entercom added my podcast to their radio.com app, which is amazing and so supportive and gracious. TuneIn has it up there now. Pocket Cast, like there's so many outlets. The pinned post on this page has the link to the podcast, and you can click subscribe, and all of the places that you can subscribe to the podcast are right there with links. But don't just listen to it, subscribe to it, and give it reviews, because that's the equivalent of ratings in radio. That's how everything is going to get judged, by how many subscribers and how many people are listening. And unlike radio, where it's a little bit hard to predict ratings, and it's you say, oh, well, so-and-so, lives out of the listening area, and AAF, our signal was always weird in certain places. Podcasting, anybody can get it, but you're judged based on the subscriptions and the downloads. So I feel kind of sad and pathetic asking you guys to subscribe, but that's how we're going to get this thing off the ground. And the more people that subscribe, the better the advertisers and the sponsors I'm going to be able to get, which means the more really badass cool shit we're going to be able to do. So what's a podcast, says Richard. Yeah, I know, Richard. It's a whole new world. I love, Rodney says, Mistress Carrie's War Room Army. Fuck yeah. So share the post, share the link. If you guys know people that, it's amazing to me that a lot of people still don't know about the podcast. Like, I feel like I've been talking about it a lot, but there's people that come in and out of the war room, and they may not see everything, and they might not spend all kinds of time on social media. So if you guys know people, especially if they grew up around here and they loved AAF, or if you have friends at work or whatever that used to listen to AAF all the time, make sure that they know about the podcast, because they might not know. I mean, believe me, I'm going to do my best to get the friggin' word out. But, oh, you gave me 5 stars today, Scott. That's so nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. But just let everybody know what's going on. Daniel says, so downloading is better for you? Subscribing and downloading. Do all of it. And then give it reviews. Because all of those things have their own analytics. Trust me, I'm learning all of this stuff. I never had to worry about any of this shit when I worked at a radio station, and now I have to know about all of it. But it's definitely something where people want to know, how many subscribers do you have? How many downloads did you get on your last episode? Like, how big is your dick? Like, that's basically what it is. And I want to have a giant dick. Huge, giant, big, eggplant emoji times 100. So go for it. But I'm super excited that you guys are as excited as you are already. And thank you to everybody that has already, yeah, Scott, exactly. Share, share, share. Kate says, you're my spirit animal. Thank you very much. But thank you to everybody that's already downloaded and subscribed and reviewed. And obviously, thank you guys for all of the pictures. Seeing the pictures of you guys wearing your cocktails in the war room shirts, like, all I see in this stream of comments every night, just so you guys have an idea, so the screen I'm looking at up here in this corner shows me that I'm live, and then it shows me how many eyeballs are on the war room at any given time. And then down here is your stream of comments, and then over here is all the likes and loves and laughing emojis and all of the other things that you guys, Will says you will be the Ron Jeremy of podcasting. Sure. The hedgehog, you want me to be the hedgehog? I want it to be huge. And so all I can only see your itty bitty little profile pictures on your Facebook pages as the comments are scrolling. So when you guys tweet me the pictures of you guys in your backyards with your dogs, with your kids, with your husbands and wives, wearing your cocktails in the war room shirts, like I actually get a good look at you. And it's like, oh, wait, I recognize them from their comments, or I recognize their name from the war room or whatever. So just keep sending the pictures, and I'll keep retweeting you guys because I love all of it. Ron says Sully rocked the intro music, just saying. He really did. The song is awesome. It's my new intro music. It's called War Drums. I think it's just friggin' badass. Monica says, watch that finger, lady. Hey, don't you tell me what to do with my finger. I can do whatever I want with my finger. We are the Mistress Carrie Army. Fuck yeah, Thomas. I love that. I know it's backwards, Joe. Got my shirt today. Awesome, Sarah. That is fantastic. My profile picture is my dog, says Kathy. Yeah, but if you tweet at me or whatever, I'll recognize your name, though. What's up, Worm? Glad you guys got your t-shirts. That's awesome. I cried when I saw the picture and the stickers. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate that. I really wanted you guys, AAF going off the air so suddenly. We didn't have a chance to kind of do a goodbye tour. And that's kind of what the big gig was going to be, which I can't wait for that to be in April. But we were really kind of hoping that the big gig was going to be a way for us to say bye in person, since the only way we could say bye was on the air. And so a lot of people were like, oh man, I don't have anything that has AAF on it. And from what I'm hearing, like eBay is bonkers with what people are charging for old AAF shirts and stickers and kind of all of that stuff. And so I just wanted you guys to all have a little something. And I had those 8x10s that the guys at Vader Drumsticks, actually, here's a great story for you guys. So when I was getting ready to go on my trips to Iraq and Afghanistan, we put those trips together on a shoestring budget. It's not like there was a line item in the WAF budget that was like, send Mistress Carrie to Iraq, send Mistress Carrie to Afghanistan. Like, those trips were expensive because the military doesn't pay for anything for the embedded reporters. We had to, everything from the flights, the body armor, the computers, the camera equipment, the satellite phone and the satellite phone minutes. Iraq, we took 2,000 t-shirts. Afghanistan, we took 2,500 t-shirts. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about being able to get advertisers and sponsors, because I have a lot of crazy ass ideas, right? I like to do weird things, and I especially love to do things that people tell me that I can't, or that is impossible, or it's never been done before, so you probably won't be able to do it. Like, the most motivating thing in the world is telling me no. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to do it so I can shove it up your ass. Like, that's basically how I am. It's awful that I'm so motivated that way, but I just am. And so I would not have been able to make those trips happen if it wasn't for all of the amazing sponsors. Which is why it's not like I'm kissing the corporate ass of the sponsors and advertisers. I just know that if I want to do all of the crazy shit that's in this twisted purple brain, I'm going to need people to believe in me enough to actually spend their money to help me make it happen. And so one of the things that I wanted to take with me to Iraq and Afghanistan was those 8x10 pictures that you guys have. And getting them printed on good cardstock and whatever, like, that stuff costs money. And the guys at Vader Drumsticks, who is a Massachusetts company, they are a highly renowned drumstick company. I mean, they have so many amazing drummers that they endorse, all the way up to Mike Mangini. I mean, the best drummers in the world. And I know some of those guys, and I called them and I said, do you guys know anybody that produces these 8x10s? You guys must have them for all of the rock stars that you guys work with. I need to get a bunch of them made so that I can take them with me so that I can sign them for our troops. And the guys from Vader were like, no problem, we'll take care of it. And they all of a sudden, one day at the radio station, sent thousands of them. I mean, I took thousands of them with me, but they sent so many more that I've always had them in my office. And so when we had to clean out the office, even though, there was old AAF stuff, I was like, I don't want to throw this stuff out. Like, I'm going to find a reason to use it. Somebody's going to want this stuff someday. And see, Joe says, I have tons of Vader sticks. Exactly. Frank says a 1985 WAF shirt on eBay was $300 plus $5 shipping and handling. Should I buy it? Are you kidding me? I knew that the stuff was going for crazy money, but I didn't know how much. And so I really wanted you guys to have some mementos of WAF, because they're not going to be making that stuff anymore. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, now that I'm hearing that I could have sold those stickers for $5 and $10 a piece, considering how many of them my mom and my aunt stuffed into those envelopes, whoo, that's a lot of money. But I really wanted you guys to have mementos. And especially because you guys have stuck with me for the last 78 days, and you guys have been such a huge just mountain of support for me, and you have been so gracious and wonderful, spending all of your time with me and buying these shirts and raising money for charity. But not only that, you're helping to take care of some local businesses that really mean a lot to me. And as I'm starting all of this new stuff, as I'm building my new studio and launching my podcast and my YouTube channel, you guys are really starting to make a lot of incredibly special things happen in my life. And I just wanted to give you guys a little something. Heather says, my husband works for Zildjian. Well, I've taken a tour of the Zildjian factory back in the day. Actually, when I show you guys MCHQ, my new studio, one of the things I did was go to work at the Zildjian factory for the day, and I made a symbol myself, and I have it in MCHQ. And when the studio is 100% done, I'm going to take you guys down there, and I'll show you guys the symbol and show you everything else that's down there. Maybe I'll do that on Monday, is I'll take you guys down to the studio, because obviously, okay, so to go back about Vader, so Vader Drumsticks paid for all of those pictures that you guys got with your t-shirts, which were left over from my trips overseas. And so I'm glad that you love them. And I hope they're in your man towns and in your garages, hanging over your Harleys. And I just think it's awesome. And so let's recap everything that's going on for people that may not have been around to hear it. So Tuesday night is going to be the last nightly Cocktails in the War Room. We've discussed this in the past. Mike Shue is going to join me live on the green couch here in the War Room. And he is going to celebrate our last nightly Cocktails in the War Room. Then I told you guys that I am taking a much needed traveling break to go and visit my boyfriend. And when I get back, not only am I going to launch the first episode of the podcast, but we are also going to turn Cocktails in the War Room into a weekly show where I will be able to have guests, not only here on the couch, but also virtually, that we'll be able to bring in from all around the world. And I believe I'm getting together with my friend Dave on Monday to troubleshoot the new technology for the War Room so that it looks better. The technology is going to be better. Madeline says, stop talking about it. It makes me sad. Don't be excited, Madeline. Seriously, like, you guys are going to be able to talk to your favorite bands here in the War Room. And like I said, I'm promising once a week. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be like, you know what, I can't wait until next Tuesday to tell these guys what's going on in the War Room. I'm just going live right now. So I'm going to pop in and surprise you guys and let you guys know, you know, what's going on too. So don't, you know, don't be too sad. There's a lot of really exciting stuff going on. Like, I am so excited. And one of the other things that's going on is that people are starting to call, like the press are starting to call for interviews. I did an interview with Worcester Magazine today because they wanted to call, and I was so used to, you know, we got a lot of press when AAF went off the air. We actually did more press AAF going off the air than we kind of ever did when AAF was on the air, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if people were scared of us or what. Scott says, we're just turning a page. This book is about to get good. Oh, fuck yeah, it is, dude. Trust me. You know, when you go down a roller coaster and they're like, seriously, tighten up your friggin' seatbelt, push that harness all the way down, because this is going to be a ride. But now people are starting to call because they want to talk about what's next for me. It's like, I feel like the funeral is kind of over. You know what I mean? Like, for the longest time, people just wanted to talk about the radio station being gone, which I totally understand. I mean, it was a legacy radio station for 50 years. It was 29 years of my life, 22 on the air. But it's like, okay, now what's next? You know what I mean? And to have people starting to call and say, okay, we want to talk about what you're doing now. You know, that people are starting to call and want to do interviews because they're like, we noticed on your Facebook page that you're doing these cocktails in the war room videos, and we can't believe how many people watch these videos every day, or we can't believe how many t-shirts you're selling, or, I mean, people are starting to notice all of the awesome stuff that we're doing together here every night, and they're starting to notice the podcast getting shared, and the hashtags, and the pictures, and the tweets, and let's see, it says, Michelle says you're going to be sitting with Howard soon. Look, Howard could call me. I'll sit on that purple couch anytime he wants me to. Is he back in the studio with the purple couch, or is he still working from home? I don't know. But I've always wanted to see his setup. I have some friends that work for SiriusXM, and I've always wanted to go on a tour there just to see, because I've heard the facility in New York is beautiful. Actually, the first guy I ever interned for at WAF, who worked in the production department back in the summer of 1991, he works there. And I've always wanted to see the setup and, you know, have studio envy. I mean, you know, MCHQ isn't going to look like Howard's studio, but I'm going to make it try to. I'm working on it. And psst, I have a purple couch in my studio too. What's up, Scott? Greetings from Leicester, he says. I've got to get better at Twitter, Patty says. We, your fans, are awesome. Susan, fucking A right you are. 100%. You guys are just killing it. You're awesome. And I'm so happy that you guys have embraced the war room. I'm so happy that you guys are excited about the podcast. I'm so excited to have Mike Shue here next week. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, I was up at like 2:00 this morning thinking about it. Like, I'm just so excited that people are excited about the next steps of the things that we're doing. And, you know, there was a lot of fear that after AAF was gone that, you know, people were going to be like, oh, you're that girl that used to work at WAF. And that's just not, you know, that's not the case. And so I am incredibly grateful. Kimberly says, best support system ever. We love you. I love you too. Kim and Bill both. Yeah, so there's a lot of great stuff. Okay, so here are some updates for you guys. I'm caught up on t-shirt labels as of a couple of hours ago on the batch that is getting ordered Monday morning. Don't forget the Cocktails in the War Room t-shirts. You have a little over 24 hours to get your order in. Tomorrow night at midnight, the links are getting shut down and these shirts are gone. So if you want to order them, click the profile picture of this page and click the link of the size you want to order. You can pay through PayPal or you can use your credit card, but you need to get your orders in because tomorrow night I'm shutting the links down and then we're giving Brian, T-shirt Brian, the final count and we're putting the order in. And then when I get back from my little vacation, I am going to ship all of those t-shirts out and then we are going to make the check presentation. And so I want to go over the charity information one more time. Massachusetts Military Support Foundation is where all of the profits of the t-shirts are going. massmilitarysupportfoundation.org if you want to get more details about their mission. If you are a veteran or you know a veteran that is in need of food assistance through everything that is going on right now, they have distribution locations in Agawam, Baldwinville, Barnstable, Bridgewater, Brighton, Danvers, Devons, Fall River, Foxborough, Framingham, Haverhill, Methuen, North Adams, Randolph, Raynham, Sandwich, and Westport, and that's just in Massachusetts. So if you are a veteran that is in need of food assistance, go to massmilitarySupportFoundation.org. The Food for Vets program is what you're looking for. And then depending on which distribution site is closest to you, you can register for that location. And then there's certain days and times where you can actually go and pick up the donated food kit that they have prepared for you, which is a box of non-perishable food that is good for 2 people, 3 meals a day for 2 weeks, which is just unbelievable. So the t-shirts, we are this close to 700 shirts sold altogether, which blows my GD mind. Like, I cannot believe, I was hoping we were going to sell 300 shirts. That was the goal I had in my head. I don't know why I underestimated you guys as much as I did, but you guys are amazing, because we're close to 700 shirts and counting. So get the orders in, make sure that, you know, people see them, share the links for the charity, let everybody know that their shirts are made in America. They were designed in Massachusetts, printed in New Hampshire. They're being sent through the Postal Service, and they're benefiting a local veterans charity. And by the way, I was told by David, who is in charge of the organization, that most of the people that have been coming for this food assistance are over 65, and that the volunteers that are packing, I think they're well over 2 million meals packed by now, are all under the age of 50. So it's a generational thing where the younger generation is helping the older generation right now. And it's just amazing. It's just, the whole thing from beginning to end has been unbelievable. So we are like this close to 700. So just keep the orders coming. Thank you guys to thanks to everybody that's already ordered them. I'm so glad you guys love the design and love Brian and Christine's work and are just so happy with everything. But, you know, it's just awesome. Like, when I saw the numbers, I was like, wait, what? I had a friend of mine that's an engineer make me a spreadsheet so that all I have to do is change the shirt counts, and then it does all the other math for me. Like, trying to estimate the shipping is still the variable that is a little bit difficult, which is why I haven't made the donation to the charity yet, because I want to make sure all of the shirts get shipped, because it depends on how heavy the package is and how far it's traveling. By the way, where was that? Oh, shit. I noticed today in the orders that we got another state. We're up to 26 states now, and I'm trying to remember what the state was. Is it Montana? I think it might have been Montana. But we're up to 26 states represented here in the War Room, which is unbelievable. We still don't have Alaska. I don't think we have Arkansas. I don't think we have Oklahoma. I do not think we have Mississippi, unless somebody here is from Mississippi. I don't remember. But we've got these shirts going all over the place, and it's friggin' badass. I'm so excited. Carrie, dumb question. What if we don't get our shirts? What do you mean, David, that you don't get your shirt? That you haven't received it and you ordered it yet? So let me just make sure that you guys understand. If you ordered your shirts in the first weekend that they were on sale, those shirts have all shipped. But the last shipment of those shirts went out yesterday morning. So it is entirely possible that you might not get it until Monday or Tuesday, depending on how far away you guys are, whatever. Every shirt that got ordered since that, almost 2 weeks ago now, since that Sunday night at midnight when I sent the initial order to Brian, all of those shirts for the last 2 weeks are getting ordered on Monday morning. So if you haven't gotten your shirt yet, unless you ordered it in the first 48 hours that they were available, your shirts haven't been produced yet. But they will be. And as soon as I get back from my trip, the envelopes are already packed with all of the other stuff. And as soon as we get the shirts, post office. Trust me, the post office employees miss me. Today was the first day that I haven't seen them all week. So no, I did not. Yeah, see, Eric says $5.90 for him to get it. So it depends. So David, oh, there she goes. Denver, Colorado, there we go. Teddy says $5.90 for mine. Let's see. My husband used to live in Alaska. Does that count? No, I want to address the envelope to Alaska. Make a map and show what states they went to. You know what? I totally should do that. Hey, hey, hey! Hold, please. Come on. Come on. Oh, man, we're having a puppy play date. Yes, you're hearing two dogs because Wednesday's Best Pal Zero is here and they're having a play date. And I don't know what the hell they're barking at, but you have Stuttgart, Germany. There was one APO address. So someone that is somewhere away with the military got one because I had to fill out a special customs form for that one. And I don't know where that one went. Please hold. Oh my effing G, LOL. Well, there's some dog stuff going on right now, and I don't know what's going on. So if you guys don't get your shirts by end of business Tuesday, like after the mail comes on Tuesday, if you still haven't gotten your shirt and you ordered it in the first weekend only, that's not good. But if you ordered it in the last 2 weeks, you're going to get them in another, I don't know, week to 10 days or so. Because obviously after Tuesday next week, I am going to be gone for a few days. And then when I get back, Brian should have all of those shirts printed. And then me, Mom, and my aunt are going to pack them like crazy. Brianna says shipping was $5.30 to Attleboro, very cheap. It was the cheapest way that I could do it. Hey, Megan! I got to tell you guys a story about Megan in a minute. So funny. Anyway, it's the cheapest way that I could send them, but it's the most time-consuming way, was just to send it regular mail and parcel, so they have to literally weigh every single one. But having a serious discussion about the studio. Wait, who is Lisa? What are you talking about? My shipping was $5.90 to Gardner. Yeah, it depends on what it weighs. So if you've got a triple extra large shirt, it weighs more, so it costs more to ship it. And then, depending on how far it's traveling, the price goes up. Will you guys knock it off? Fire up the production line for shipping. Oh, it's totally happening. Okay, so I need to tell you guys this really quick story about my friend Megan because she's watching right now. So Megan is one of those friends that you have that you don't see all the time, but when you see them, it's like you saw them yesterday. So I haven't seen Megan. The last time I saw Megan, she was waiting for me at mile 10 of the marathon on the route. Don't be afraid, Megan. It's fine. And she was like, I can't wait to see you. We're going to be there cheering you on. And by the time I got to mile 10, it was so friggin' hot. Last year's marathon, it was cold and raining in the morning, and then it got really humid and sunny, and so people were just throwing their clothes. So when I got to mile 10, I was dying. I was so hot and sweaty, and I took off this disgusting, soaked Under Armour undershirt that I had under my running singlet, and I gave it to Megan, and I was like, will you hold this for me? And she was like, yes. And she took it. And I haven't seen her yet to get it back from her. But that's how you know that you have a real friend. When they are willing to take your disgusting, I just ran 10 miles of the Boston Marathon shirt and hold it for you. Like, I'm the sweaty one, and she's like showered and clean and smells good. And I'm like hugging her and like I was like down in my sports bra on the front lawn of her party. And I handed her this shirt and she took it. That's a friend. Thank you, Megan. You're the best. Hey, guys. We're having some dog issues. I'm sure it was an honor. Oh, yeah, Monica, I'm sure she was super psyched about it. Yeah, Megan's badass. See what I'm dealing with over there? This is what they're doing right now. They're just going to, like, bark the whole time. That is a good friend, Jeff. I totally agree. Any guy would take your sweaty, smelly shirt. You guys are twisted because it was gross. 10 miles into the Boston Marathon. Come here, Zero. Come here and say hi to everybody. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Come here. Wednesday. Yeah, see, now that Zero comes in the war room, all of a sudden Wednesday comes in the war room. Come here, say hi to everybody. Here she is. This is Wednesday's best pal, Zero. She visits every now and again, and they have puppy play dates. Right? You just want to chill? Are you being loud, Wednesday? Come on up here and say hi to everybody. There she comes. Hello. What are you barking at? Why do you have to make so much noise? Come here and say hi to everybody. Come here and say hi to everybody. So my niece, Grace, came by today. She's adorable. And Wednesday went running up to her today, and she thought that all the snorting was Wednesday growling at her, and she got scared. And we had to kind of teach my niece that Wednesday sounds like a pig. And she's not growling, she's snorting. And now she calls her the little pig. Adorable. Oh my God, Megan, you are killing me. You're going to auction off my disgusting, smelly shirt. That Under Armour stuff is expensive. You better get more than $100. Wednesday. Oh, the struggle is real. Okay, so a lot happened today. Right now, Bob and Doug, the astronauts from NASA that got launched on the SpaceX Dragon, are orbiting the Earth and on their way to the International Space Station. The first American astronauts to take off out of the United States and head to the space station since 2011. Totally badass. So congratulations to those guys. They announced that their capsule is named Endeavour, which is very cool. It was nice to see something positive and hopeful on the news today, because there wasn't a lot of that going around today. I want to send love out to the Boston Fire Department, who had 6 firefighters get injured. There was a massive fire in South Boston, 7 alarms, 6 firefighters were injured, but they were able to get everyone out of the building, and so there were no fatalities of either residents of the building or firefighters, which is fantastic. My Auntie Ange wanted me to let you guys know, because she's not here tonight. Usually she hangs out in the war room with us, but she wanted you guys to know that she thought Fernandez's sangria was awesome. She loved it. I know that you guys were all asking about updates, because Auntie Ange had asked if she could have some of Fernandez's sangria to take home with her. She didn't want to drink it here while we were packing t-shirts, because then she didn't want to drive home, so she took it with her. And she said it was excellent. So Fernandez, if you're out there, my Auntie Ange loved the sangria. And when we go to pack up the next round of t-shirts, we're probably going to need a refill. Let's see. The Dropkick Murphys did 28 songs at Fenway. They were the first band in 21 years to perform on the infield at Fenway yesterday. Of course, they were able to bring Bruce Springsteen in live. They played 28 songs yesterday. It actually happened kind of while the show was starting. Seriously, what's going on out there? So the Dropkicks raised over $100,000. They played 28 songs, and hundreds of thousands of people were watching. I haven't seen the final count of it, but it's unbelievable. Did she get drunk? I'm fairly certain she did, Mark, but I don't know for sure. Emily wants to know, are the Cocktails in the War Room streams going to stay up on your Facebook page so we can rewatch them? Yeah, I'm not taking them down. They'll stay up there. But what's really cool about the new technology I'm working on for Cocktails in the War Room moving forward is that I will be able to then take the video and put it up on YouTube as well, which I can't do right now. But with this new system that I'm going to have going, I'll be able to do that. So we'll be able to welcome people on YouTube that don't have Facebook, which is pretty awesome. Yes, I gave her moonshine sangria. 100%. Yes, Bob and Doug McKenzie, take off, eh? Yeah, I know. The fact that the astronauts' names are Bob and Doug is hilarious. And they showed them giving virtual hugs to their families because they can't have physical contact because they've been quarantined so they don't get sick in space. And it was really funny to watch them saying bye to their kids and telling them to behave while we're gone. It's like, Dad's going into space. Behave for your mother while I'm gone. You don't get to say that very often. We need a DVD box set of the videos, says Jim. Wednesday! You know, I guarantee you they're barking at the bunnies on the front yard. I've had bunny sightings like crazy. My dog Bruno is going crazy hearing your dogs. Yeah, exactly. Like, they bark at the bunnies, and I've got cute little bunnies, and I've got bigger bunnies. I've got a great relationship with the bunnies. As long as they don't friggin' eat my flowers or try to get into my garden, we're totally fine. Wednesday, come over here and stop your barking. What are you doing? Go take something out of your toy basket and bring it over here. Was hoping for our teas, but not until Monday, says Betty. I'm hoping you guys have your t-shirts by Monday. If not, the latest Tuesday after that, unless you're in friggin' Hawaii, which might take a few more days, because yes, there were multiple orders from Hawaii. You should have them by Tuesday, I would think, the latest. The last batch went out yesterday morning, so you guys should have them. But that's only if you ordered them the first weekend. But to go back to that question, if for some reason you think you should have gotten yours by now, let me know, and I can go back and look in the orders and let you know if you should have had it or not. But you know that when you ordered your shirt, and if you didn't order in the first 48 hours that they went on sale, then they won't be in order until the second order. I have deer and a bear. Joe, I had a bear in my raspberry bushes last year. Like, made a bed, ate half the friggin' bush. Where is Zero? Zero is barking out the window with Wednesday right now. They're both barking at something. We have a gopher family in our backyard. Yeah, I don't know what they're barking at other than the windows are open to the house and there's other dogs barking. So maybe they're just, that's how they communicate. It's like they're jealous of the humans with the internet and they have dog internet happening by just barking out the window. Wednesday, do you want to go in timeout? Is that what you want? Do you want to go in timeout? Because you're interrupting the show. And these nice people send you toys and treats, and you're just barking at them, and it's not polite. Day 78, still having full-blown conversations with my dog. Still happening. Documented for the world to see on the interwebs. But a bear in Charlton walking down the street. Yeah, the bears right now, all the animals, because everything's been so quiet because of the coronavirus, the animals are just like, deuces, bro. Get out of my way. We had a rogue club of bunnies terrorizing our neighborhood. I mean, did you see in India that they had monkeys stealing blood samples for the coronavirus research? Animals are taking over, man. It's crazy. The dogs are planning a party for when I'm gone. Today was Fence Out the Wildlife Day. The assholes have been eating my beans, says Sarah. Yeah. I think it's chipmunks that are burrowing under the structure of my garden. My dogs are now barking along with yours. The dogs are barking at the moon. Doggy sleepover. Hold again, please. I got to go find out what the hell's going on. Talk to the pillows. Wednesday, what are you doing? You're making me look like a crazy person. What are you doing? Come over here. Stop with the barking. Zero, come over here. Are you leading this ring of barking? Come over here. Come here. Come on. Zero. Come on. Wednesday, come over here. If we're going to have a slumber party, it's going to be nice. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we're having a slumber party. It's just me and all the dogs over here. We're just chilling, right? Can you guys behave? Can you lay down, please, and just be good girls? Zero, can you do that for me? She's wagging her tail and looking at me like, I don't know, can I? I don't think Zero's the instigator. Wednesday's usually the instigator. Wednesday wants to chase the bunnies. Zero knows she ain't going to catch them, so she's just not going to waste her time. But Wednesday still got enough piss and vinegar in her where she's like, I'm going to chase after you. Bunnies, UPS trucks, it doesn't matter to her. She just wants to chase them. So we talked about the Dropkick Murphys. There's a lot of, we talked about it a little bit last night, just about all of the crazy things that are happening right now in cities all around the country, all of the protests that are happening because of the horrific situation that was going on. I've been looking at video all day today and just watching the news today, and it's like I am so overwhelmed with the amazing shows of love and support and unity and brotherhood, and then just sadness and agony and rioting and destruction and ugliness. And then there's so much love coming out of things. Like today, people showed up in Minneapolis with brooms and cleaned up neighborhoods that had been destroyed by rioting and fires because they wanted to help put these neighborhoods back together. And it's so beautiful to see people coming together and saying, okay, you know, we want to try and put, you know, these neighborhoods back together. There are a lot of African American businesses that have been destroyed, and you know, they're saying now that there were white supremacists and drug cartels that are part of all of this rioting. And I believe it was the governor that said that only 20% of the people that were part of those riots were people that were from the area, and that 80% of them had traveled, and that it wasn't just extreme leftist groups, but extreme right groups. And there's just so much going on. And there is a protest in Boston scheduled for tomorrow night. And so I'm just asking everyone, this country has real problems. We have real disparities when it comes to race and gender and religion and sexuality. There are a lot of issues. And there are ways that you can fix those issues and ways that you can't. And destroying everything is just not, you know, if you want your voice to be heard and you want to organize and you want to protest injustice, that's what this country's all about. That's what they did in Lexington and Concord. That's what the Minutemen did. They stood up to the Redcoats and said, no, you're not going to fucking tell us what to do. No, we want to dictate how we're going to live. That's what this country was founded on, is mobilizing and organizing and using your freedoms to say, no, we demand to be treated better. That is what we are supposed to be able to do in this country. Make your voices heard. Fuck yes. If something's wrong, yeah, say it's wrong, point it out, and then let's figure out how to fix it. Obviously, registering to vote is one of them. It's an election year. That's one thing that we can do. But just please, 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 I do not want to be talking about death and destruction tomorrow night in Boston because people were taking an opportunity to try and destroy things and hurt people. I mean, there's a curfew in Philly. I believe it was St. Louis where someone was killed because they got hit by a delivery truck. There's a woman in New York City that's charged with 4 counts of attempted murder because she came from, I think, the Catskills and threw a Molotov cocktail in a police van. And luckily, it didn't explode, and they arrested her. But she traveled from pretty far away and obviously wasn't just trying to get her voice heard, but she was trying to murder police officers, which isn't going to fix anything. It's just going to escalate. The police are going to get outnumbered, and then they're going to call the National Guard, and then the National Guard are going to be it's madness. I don't want to live in a world where my guys that I was embedded with overseas are now getting activated to protect buildings and that you could watch our soldiers have to hold weapons against the very people that they swore to protect. Like, I do not want America to be like that. So, like I said last night, I cannot fathom what it is like to be an African American in this country. I can't imagine. I'm white. I just can't imagine what it's like. All I can do is offer my love and my empathy